Hi Pisces, so this is your story, and for the first time ever, I have been called to do the reading backwards from what I usually do. So usually I go with the archetype deck and then sort of move on to the animal spirit oracle deck and then end with the shaman oracle deck, but I am actually reversing roles, which is kind of funny because the story is so well aligned, so I might go back and forth a lot more than I thought I would. So let's start with the Shaman Oracle deck. So what you're going through must be really tough especially during these retrogrades and this time of isolation. I don't know what that was. You're being thrown into the world of the subconscious, into the world of just qualities that we sort of aren't proud of, or they're not very desirable or pleasant to look at, and parts of us that we've neglected, rejected, ignored, avoided, that kind of thing. You're completely being thrown into that world at this moment. And this is heavy. This is very, very heavy, always. Especially the way that I feel right now with this spread. It just really looks like you're being asked to look at a lot all at once. And why you're being asked to do that is because you are being, you're being shown a lot of the truth about yourself and about your surroundings and about your life. The reason why I said shoot, it's because when I put the cards together here to tell you about like truth and how you'll be able to see through a lot of disguises, through a lot of patterns, through a lot of negativity and ego-based energies, negative shadow self energies. When I put the cards together, it came out the numbers 31, 13, 3, 1, 1, 3. So if you want to look that up and if it means anything to you, go for it. I just did Aquarius's reading. Aquarius's eyes reading. I know, I just did Aquarius's reading, and the video ended up being 19 minutes, 19 seconds. So I hope that means something to them. But if you look up the number 3113 as an angel number or a spiritual number, it might give you more clues about what's going on. Anyway, so you're going through this shadow world to really see a lot of truth, to really see through the veil and really see yourself, and it's being reflected around you, I'm sure. And through that, you're being asked to be very grounded. Be very, very grounded in yourself. Be very grounded. Grounded is the word for it. Make sure that you go into nature, you do meditations, that you disconnect your energies, that you're very objective about things, and you use your ability to connect to the earth, to ground yourself during this time, because this could really take you to dark places. Especially, I feel right now, like if you're prone to depression or really bad thoughts, that could take you back there. If you've had a bout of depression in your life and you go through this and you haven't really helped yourself on how to master depressive moods, this could easily take you back there. So get grounded in yourself. Why? Because you are insanely powerful. Because the next card here is telling you what could happen if you are not grounded and if you are grounded. So the positive energies of this is somebody who's able to look into darkness and use that knowledge and use those energies to create something good. The negative, the shadow side of this energy, of somebody who goes into the darkness and uses the darkness for dark reasons. So dark magic, or the darker side of the occult, or this is like manifesting borderline personality desire. Should I be saying this? Think of the worst things. Think of serial killers. Think of psychopaths. Think of narcissism. You must be surrounded, or you have been in your life, or maybe your parents, your upbringing. And that can be manifested through you if you don't know how to look at it for what it is, the truth of it. and choose to use those energies to help you propel you forward instead of back into this depression, instead of maybe black magic or that kind of thing. Or this could be that something around you is using black magic against you or in your vicinity, and that could be affecting your choices, your patterns, your life right now. This next card out is the smoky mirror. So it really is, you're really like being able to, this is really within yourself. You're really, really able to see this within yourself. What perhaps you've thought that you were doing correctly or you were good for in the past, you've realized that maybe you've been doing certain things for shadowy, for ego-based reasons, for validation, or for whatever it is that you needed. You thought, no, I'm a loving person, which you are, but maybe you were seeking that validation, you were seeking love, or you were seeking help from people. Instead of believing in yourself, you want to like be saved. This could be one of the things. I'm just saying. Or you're like, no, I'm not. I don't have any of these traits. My family's not narcissistic. None of this is true. You're now in a period where you're going to see through all of that, and it's going to become clearer for you what the truth is, who the real people are around you, what their true intentions are, what their capacities are to see themselves or to project themselves onto others. And perhaps that is something that you learned to do from your childhood, and you're going to see it within yourself as well, and it's being mirrored around you. Be careful, because this is you. You have this ability, and if you don't do the work, and if you also project onto them, it's just going to be dark energies back and forth, and you're going to manifest a lot of hurtful things for a lot of people. And here the beloved, it really feels like, I mean, look at these two cards side by side. When the card came out, it really screamed at me that it means like you're gonna love yourself so much deeper once you're able to see through these patterns. This is like a self-love kind of period where you're going to need to see things in a more loving way, or the people around you in a more loving way, from an unconditional love place. Once you see this truth, and be strong enough not to retaliate in a dark way, to love enough that you'll make the choice to love yourself, and to maybe, if this is a family situation, to walk away from negative traits, from negative beliefs, from negativity around you, or for being forced to do things the way that you really don't feel is right, that kind of thing. Now let's go here. To go through this experience, it's going to take, it's being asked for you to be generous of spirit. And I want to, there we go. I want to make sure that you look at that, especially because the summer's coming up. It's solar energy, it's lion powered, and Leo's coming up as well. I mean, more like in August, but still. This is not a, oh, the card is bent. This is not a quick walk in the park. This is literally like you're going through an entire world of darkness, so it's going to take you a lot of strength and a lot of power, and the ability to now see the truth and to make loving choices. Oh yes, okay. You might go, so especially, like I said, the comment about like the depression and stuff. You might get down on yourself, especially when you see all this truth and all this pain around all the time. You might get down on yourself and think like badly about your childhood or yourself or things, and it's telling you nothing is wasted. Again, this energy over here, the sorcerer, is able to take the most screwed up you can possibly think of situations and turn them into a power of manifestation that like it's like a sorcerer. It's been through dark places. It's not afraid to look at the darkness, and it's going to use the darkness to get, like, you see how this card isn't dark. It's got the rainbow colors, and it's got the sun, it looks like, behind, or the moon, whatever it is. It's not, it feels very positive. Oh, I know there's a lot of planets or stars here. Either way, this person's able to look into darkness and not be scared. Just laugh at it and be like, ha, I can use a situation and turn it around for the greater good. But using that energy, it's like you're transmuting the negative and creating something positive out of it, which is self-loving. And then here, you are not alone. So that's what I meant by, I don't know why the depression case came up, but it must be important. So especially if when you're depressed, you might feel very lonely, you might be feel very alone, that kind of thing, and it's telling you you're never alone. And look at another heart. The otters are forming a heart. It's like you have a lot of love inside of you, and in the spiritual realm specifically, or maybe even some people around you have a lot of love for you, but you haven't been able to feel it or to really see it for what it is. And it's normal when you grow up in such negativity, when people finally love you differently, it's almost like those people become the bad guy. But you might see things differently from now on once you do this work. And so let's move on to the archetype, which is very similar. I mean, we start here with the mystic, and the mystic is, it's like the energy that's going to help you become the positive, hopefully, the positive side of the sorcerer. It's like this, you see a butterfly here, so you know there's a transformation. Like I said, you're able to transmute lower energies into self-loving energies or loving energies. That's the power right now in this storyline that I'm getting of the mystic, this is your power. You're learning to do this. This is the skill that you're learning to do by going through the lower world. This is the skill that you're learning to turn negative things into more empowering stories. This feels two things to me. One, this very much feels like it's your destiny. It's like why you are here, what you're here to do, to turn negative things into positive ones. This is like a power of, you can turn trash into treasure, that kind of expression. It really is within you. It's really like, I mean, this is like your ultimate power and ability, is to like look at horrible situations, go through them, become them, let him go through you and come out the other end. See, you go through this darkness, and you lift yourself up the rope, and you end here in the rainbow, in the positive, in the joyful energy. But you have to keep pulling yourself out of it. Why is it hard? Because it very much is a venom. So like yeah, if you want to use this ability and these energies to hurt others, you can. Oh yes, you can. But it's gonna hurt you too in the long run. It's like venom inside of you. If you want to use it for a cure, do you want to use it to hurt the people that have hurt you or that have wronged you or that kind of thing? This is your choice. It's your choice, but this is your power. Venom can be a cure to a lot of things, but it lives inside of you, which is why if you hurt other people on the outside, it's going to hurt you on the inside. The choice is yours. Man, this is so heavy. This is so dark and heavy. Luckily, I'm also fond of the darkness, and I'm like, oh, hello. Like, I told somebody once, like, I know somebody who just like feels like they're so welcomed in the higher realms for their purity of heart. And I told somebody once, I was like, I feel like I'm the same way, but it's almost like to the darker world, to the darker like densities, where I'm able to just walk around the darkness and be like, oh, hello, what's going on? Like, I'm not fazed, I'm not manipulated by them, and I'm not scared of them. And I'm just like, hey, what's up, guys? Like, when I walk around hell, for example. So this is why this energy, it feels heavy to me and it feels dark, but I'm like, okay, let's work with this. Yeah, I'm not scared. I've gone through things. Sometimes I'm still scared. Sometimes there's a challenge or two that I'm like, oh, I'm not ready for this, and I fall back into other patterns, and then I'm like, never mind, I wanna grow from this, and then I keep going. Anyway, story time's over for me. Your story back. This right here, it really feels like I said, this is within you, and it's almost like you have had and still do this, and this very much comes from this energy as well, impulsive decisions. You're hurt, F the world, F that person, F that situation, I'm gonna hurt you back. It's very, very raw and very from a place of impulse and I want to say superficiality almost, like rawness. It's like very little thought. It's just like, I feel this, I'm gonna do it, and there's no other process to it. It's just like, you cut me, I'm gonna slash you open. Now the next card is, again, it's crazy. I keep getting messages on my phone. Here, it seems like you're becoming more and more sensitive, especially to your own venom and to your own decisions. You're becoming more and more sensitive to the energies around you, almost to the point where it's a make or break, really. Like it's almost like you're no longer able not to see this. And the next card is the sword, which is the sword of truth. You're almost not able not to see this anymore and to go through this. You've been completely thrown into the lower world and you're like, all right, do your work. Decide which person you want to be. And you're becoming so sensitive now that you can no longer ignore this reality, that this is in you, that this is you, and that you have this power. Now again, the light and shadow aspects here. What are you going to use this sword for? You're going to be giving the sword at some point. This is inevitable. You are going to be giving the sword of truth, the sword of power. The choice is yours. What you are going to use it for. Who are you going to poison? Who are you going to forgive? What are you going to do with this? But remember, are you going to use it on impulse and like you're going to find out somebody betrayed you or hurt you? This could be a loved one. What are you going to do with it? Are you going to hurt them back because they hurt you? Are you going to forgive them? It's up to you. But remember, you're very sensitive right now, which means if you hurt them, you might hurt yourself right back. And that might happen very quickly. So, I hope this helps. Good luck, and I will see you next time.